Hello everybody, I'm Kenny Brown with another one of my little tech nuggets. What I'm holding here is a brand new product and we're pretty excited about it. As some of you know and some of you don't know yet, we came out with a new rear suspension module for the S197 Mustangs. It's AGS 4.5, that's Advanced Geometry Suspension Systems Gen 4.5. And it features my patent pending K-Link, which is a totally mind-blowing rear suspension module that makes so much grip in the back of a Mustang, it'll just blow your mind. We've got customers that aren't picking up tenths of a second on track, they're picking up seconds, and a lot of them. But anyway, what we ran into is the K-Link creates so much rear grip, I mean massive rear grip, that it overpowers the front. So what we do is to balance the car back out is we'll go way up on rear spring rate. In fact, we'll spring the cars just like we do for an IRS car. We're in the same spring rates front and rear. Now, for some of the people that have like coilovers on the front and coil on spring, coil on axle on the back, their shocks won't take a real big increase in spring rate. So we have to add a better shock package and more spring rate. So what we did is we went to our friends at Strange. Now, Strange has been custom building double adjustable front struts and rear shocks for the 99 to 04 Cobras, and is based off of my proprietary shock valving, something that I've developed over the years, and it works really well. So we went back to Strange and said, hey, can we do a coilover package for the S197s? And I said, well, no problem, we already have the front in the system, we just have to put your proprietary valving in there, but you can't put a coilover in the back, it won't fit. So when we asked why it wouldn't fit, and it was because they have the standard mounting is a bayonet type. So it's a stud that goes up through the chassis that you put a nut on the top. Now, that's fine if you don't have a spring on the shock, but you go to coilover and there's not enough room, it just won't fit. So what we do is I got a little creative, and we had Strange, instead of putting the bayonet on, to have them put a little rod end on the end. And then I went and I came up with some spacers so we can actually offset the shock to one side, so that when we put it up, we mount it to the chassis. And again, we want to hard mount that because all the spring load is going up into the chassis, and we don't want to have a rubber bushing there because it'll just beat it out almost immediately. So we hard mount it to the top. So by having just that little bit of offset, it gives us just enough room to squeeze a coilover in there. Now, on some cars, I mean, it varies car to car how well it fits. On some cars, it just drops right in, no problem. Others, there's a little piece of tin in there that you might have to modify a little bit. But anyway, we've come up with an entire package for the S197. It's a moderately priced coilover package. We've got our value coilovers, but they're only good for street and track days if you're not going to K-Link and don't need a whole lot of rear spring rate. And of course, my preferred shock for our track day cars is the GRZ, which are just amazing, and we can put any kind of spring rate on them. So, but now we've got a moderately priced coilover package, double adjustable for S197 Mustangs, and it carries the exact same valving as they do for my IRS 99 to 04 IRS Cobras. Now, the front valving is, everybody would think that's okay, but the reason we're using the IRS valving in the back is because the IRS carries a big spring rate, and for the K-Link, we're putting a big spring rate on the back. I mean, no matter what spring rate you run, I can set you. Now remember, any of the coilover packages you get from me, I'll custom pick the spring rate for you, and assemble everything. It'll be sent to you pre-adjusted, completely assembled, pre-adjusted, along with a setup sheet. So I mean, the big news is, well, the big news is the new K-Link rear suspension module. But then the new news is the fact that we now have a coilover package, a moderately priced coilover package for the S197 Mustangs. And again, we can put in any spring rate that you want. So this is Kenny Brown, and this is a cool new product. I mean, if you're thinking about going to coilovers but can't quite afford the GRZs, we've got a new option for you.